Hey guys, it's Lexi. I hope everybody is doing well, staying healthy out there. I have a candle day haul to share with you guys today. I'm gonna go ahead and leave a timestamp below if you guys just want to skip right to the haul. But if you don't, if you want to hear me ramble a little bit, I'll definitely share my whole story of candle day and everything like that, my experience. So candle day for me this year, I went definitely a lot more crazy than I have in the previous 2 years. I think the last time I bought as much as I did this year was 2019. And I have been working for the past few years on trying to use up a lot of my candle collection. And I can say I feel like I really have been doing a really good job at using up my candles. And then this year I was also gifted a ton of coupons from friends and family. And so when you have a lot of coupons, and especially on candle day, I feel like it just makes you feel like you have to use them. I don't know, it's my mindset. So I was like, oh, I have like 10 coupons, and I was like, I really, like I'm doing, good with my candle collection, and I might as well just go in store and like see what there is to do. So of course, because I'm crazy, I made a whole plan, wrote everything out, did all the math, and figured out how to utilize the coupons the best. And I went crazy. I think I have 22 candles here, tons of body care, stuff like that. So I woke up at 6:50, I think. I live like 5 minutes from my mall here where my Bath and Body Works is. Drove to the mall. I was there like 2 minutes or 3 minutes after the doors had just opened. There was maybe 15, 20 people within the first 20 minutes in the store, kind of like shopping around, not busy at all, really pretty chill. I had brought my 2 candle bags, my candle day bags, like the Bath and Body Works ones, and I had 4 crates ready to go. So I was stacking stuff in, and I had my plan of the scents that I really wanted. There was only one thing, I can successfully say one thing, candle on my list that I was not able to pick up. And that candle was Balsam and Firewood, which is a candle that I love. However, I have just recently found some vendor wax that is like a dupe of that scent. So it's not like I really needed it, but I wanted it. So they didn't have it. It's all right. I did pick up everything else on my list, so I'm feeling really good about that. And I didn't film this earlier because immediately after candle day, my mom and I have our annual like cookie making day. And I drove home, put the candles away, and then immediately drove over to my mom's house. And then for the next 2 days, we worked on making cookies. So we pushed out, I think 720 cookies is what we counted total for all of her Christmas cookies this year. And then after that, I had to really quickly run home. And then Tom and I had to go shoot an elopement up north in the mountains. And so then we drove up north, and I was like, perfect. When I come home, I can do my candle day haul. And as soon as we got home, I got like just knocked down. Like the flu hit me so hard and just awful. And it's been like a week now, and I'm just starting to feel better. But yeah, it's been quite a whirlwind. So that's why this candle day haul is late to the game. But let me tell you about the coupons and share all of that stuff. So I had 6 10 off 40 coupons. I had 2 20% off coupons with the free gifts attached to those ones. And then I had 2 like mini body care, like free, no purchase necessary kind of coupons. So I really tried to like do the math and give myself the most bang for, or the most bang for my buck, right? And so I went ahead and I did pick up I used the 2 coupons that were no purchase necessary, and I picked up these 2 body care items. So I have Twisted Peppermint and Vanilla Bean Oil. These are both, I think it was like $8.50 were the free gift like prices. So these are both really great scents, and these are also really good stocking stuffers for my family. So also, if you're my family, please click off. I know sometimes my mom, my sister watch my videos, so please don't watch these. But these are stocking stuffer gifts that I will slide into their stockings. So that's perfect. And then with the 10 off 40 coupons, I did go ahead and break it down into picking up 4 candles. And within each transaction, I had to cash out separately. The girl who cashed me out was just amazing. I go to my Bath and Body Works frequently, so she recognized me and she was extremely helpful, and it was no issues at all. So I did multiple transactions, but within each 10 off 40 transaction, I did get 4 3-wick candles. I picked up a pocket back to meet that $40 requirement. And then each of those coupons did have a free body care item with the 10 off 40 purchase. So I went ahead and picked up some body care as well. And these ones were $16.50. These are the exfoliating glow sugar scrubs, body scrubs. And I felt like these ones were really good. Also bang for my buck here. So I'm just gonna really quickly share all of the body care items because I did, like I said, have multiple transactions. So I figure I'll just get all the body care out of the way. I did pick up 3 of these exfoliating, Vanilla Bean Noel sugar scrubs. And once again, these are all going to be gifted to friends and family here. I've used these before and I really do enjoy them. And I feel like Vanilla Bean Noel is a scent from Bath and Body Works that you can pick up during the holiday season. That's kind of a good scent for anybody. I don't think many people are offended by vanilla scents. I do know one person that is, actually. That's funny I say that now. But for the majority, a lot of my friends and family enjoy vanilla scents. So that's why I picked up this scent. I just figured it was universally liked. I also picked up this one, which is the Vanilla Bean Noel Shimmer Fizz Body Lotion. And this one is $16.50 as well. So this was also one of those free gifts. I have tried this like Shimmer Fizz lotion before in the Twisted Peppermint scent and I enjoyed it. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be gifted or maybe I'll keep it and try this again, but it's a very interesting, if you haven't ever used this before, I definitely think you should go in store and at least try it. It's so interesting because it like, when you push it, it's almost like pushing on like crackling foam. It's a very weird, it's like foam, but it's like crackly. It just like kind of reminds me of like Pop Rocks candies, but for your skin. Really weird. But yeah, so I picked that up and that was another one of the free gifts. And then this set here was a set that I picked up specifically with my sister in mind. So this is going to be a gift for my sister this year. So I picked up Frosted Coconut Snowball in the Hydrating Body Cream, in the Shower Gel, and also in the Fine Fragrance Mist. And I thought it would be like a really cute little set for her. And this scent is Frosted Coconut Whipped Vanilla, Sugar Crystals, Winter Freesia, and Snow Kissed Woods. And my sister was a big fan of coconut scents, so I figured she'd really enjoy this. So that is for her. And then because of all the transactions, of course, I did kind of rack up these pocket backs here. Not really anything too crazy, but I got Bright Christmas Morning, another Bright Christmas Morning. I guess I thought that one smelled really good in store. This one is Winterberry Ice. I have a Frosted Coconut Snowball, another one that will go to my sister, and Toasted Vanilla Chai. I think my mom will really like this one. So those are all of the body care non-candle items. So now let me jump into all of these candles and I'll go through the ones that are not winter specific first. And I definitely found a few gems here. So one second. Another thing I wanted to mention too was this year leading up to Candle Day, I kind of kept my eyes peeled. I'm a part of a lot of the Instagram Bath and Body Works like main candle channel kind of community tabs and stuff like that. So I can't remember the exact account that posted it, but there was an account that posted, I think there was some online store, maybe Kroger's, that was offering like a $100 gift card, but it only cost like $85 and it was like a virtual card. So I jumped on that. Was it 85? I think it was 85. I think it was like, yeah, you got like a pretty good chunk of money off if you purchased it at that time. And so I also did use that gift card. So I saved a ton of money on top of that. So that is really why I went crazy this year. But yeah, so that was another help. And that's another big tip I would give if you guys are watching this next year leading up into Candle Day. Then I definitely advise you guys to kind of look around online for different like stores like Kroger, and I'm sure there's other, I think it was Kroger that I got mine at, but they will give like different online offers for like virtual like gift cards, stuff like that. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that because it helped me a ton this year. Okay, now into the candles. So the first one that I picked up, this is literally the first one I walked into the store and picked up, which is funny. I was not expecting to see any fall candles at my store just because every time I would go, I kind of saw that their fall candle stash was dwindling and I was like, oh, I don't really expect much. But I saw this and there was very few left of these, so I grabbed it. This is a scent that I love during the fall season. It is autumn. Don't love the packaging on this. I think it's honestly a little bit kind of bland. I don't know. I wish it was prettier, but it's not terrible. And autumn is just a really good scent, so I didn't care that much about the packaging. This is bright red gala apple, juicy fig, eucalyptus leaf, and fir balsam. And this one, to my nose, is just like the most beautiful, like outdoorsy, walking in nature kind of fall scent. So picked one of those up. The next one I picked up here is Wine Cellar. And this is one that I've actually never purchased before, but I've definitely smelled in store. And something about this scent I never really was drawn to too much. But for some reason, Candle Day kind of makes you feel like those like rare ones are like you just have to have them. And this was like one of those like rare ones for Candle Day. So I felt like, oh, I'll just pick one up. This is notes of mulled apples, fresh fig, and cedarwood. I will say I really do enjoy the packaging on this one a lot more than I thought I would. And like looking at photos online, it didn't seem that pretty, but now like looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's really cute. It's got like little wine bottles all over and like it almost kind of looks like champagne actually, but very cute. And it's in one of my favorite colors. Purple and yellow are my favorites. So this one is really pretty. There's almost something slightly like perfumey about this. I'm not sure if it's just the way that the like apples and cedarwood kind of play together. It's like perfumey, masculine a little bit. I don't really get a whole lot of the fig because I feel like fig is like much more earthy than what I'm picking up in here. And this is kind of more of like a perfumey body care cologne type scent. Very pretty either way though. I think that this will be a nice scent to burn or melt, I guess. Depends on if I want to put this on my warmers or what, but it'll be a nice one during like the evening hours. This one here is Applewood and Clove. And this is one I've kind of had my eye on for a little bit. It is notes of rich applewood, warm clove, and white birch. And this one is really pretty. There is something about this that kind of reminds me slightly of the apple s'more scent from Scentsy, if you guys have ever tried that. It's definitely like there's a fresh apple kind of note, but you also kind of, when you smell it, it almost makes you feel like you are surrounded by like not just apple trees, but also like, I don't know, like larger, like forest kind of like, I don't know. It says birch, so maybe birch trees. It just feels like there's like an added outdoorsy element in this besides just like apple trees. It's like very much like you're in an orchard, but beyond the orchard, there are taller pine trees and it's just kind of surrounded by greenery and just very pretty. So that's kind of the vibe that I get from this. Maybe it's the clove that kind of gives me a little bit of like the Christmas tree vibe a little bit, but I feel like this one would be really nice to melt in the fall season and in the Christmas season. It kind of works for both. So happy to have picked that one up. This one here is Pistachio and Toasted Vanilla. This is one I feel like had the most hype around it. A lot of people had a hard time finding this one this year, it seemed like. I really hope that if you guys couldn't find it originally, that now they are in your stores and you can hopefully do an exchange if you can, if you wanted it. I like this one. It was surprisingly easy to find in my store. I walk in, I get through like the first little section there and it was right on a shelf to the right as well as like the whole rest of this collection. There was like a scent that I feel like it was like a rain scent that was sitting next to this one. If I can remember the name, I'll like put it here, but that scent, oh my gosh, was so bad. And then the rest of this collection with like the kind of sweater design I smelled, and this was the only one that kind of stood out to me. Notes on this one, I don't know if I said, it's salted pistachio and toasted vanilla almonds. I will say I like it, but of course I melt a lot of vendor wax and stuff, and I think that there are other pistachio scents in vendor wax form that I just prefer over this. This definitely comes across to my nose as being like a very, very nutty pistachio. It doesn't lean cherry at all. It's kind of, and I feel like the toastedness of this, I feel like I can smell like a toasty quality or like almost like a roasted chestnut kind of quality, but like roasted chestnuts, but make it almonds, or yeah, pistachio, sorry. Roasted chestnuts, but make it pistachio, not almonds. I like this one. I don't like love it, I feel like, but could change once I light it up and have it, you know, going. But yeah, I don't know. It's just okay. And then as far as this being the toast, what was it? The pistachio ice cream. I feel like there's 100 other people who have like did like side-by-side comparisons, and I never picked up the ice cream one, but I definitely did smell that one. And as far as I can remember, I feel like that one was a creamier scent than this. This definitely feels much more roasty, toasty. Do I like this one? Yes. Do I think it's worthy of like the big hype around it? No. And do I think it's like that vanilla pistachio ice cream? No. I feel like that one I think I preferred. But it's all right. I picked it up just because. All right, and then another one that had pretty good hype around. I feel like all the candles this year kind of like fell flat as far as like hype goes. Definitely in like 2017, 18, 19, Candle Day I felt like was much more like amped up. There was a lot more like exclusives. It was a lot more like exciting. And then this year I kind of approached it as like, I have these great gift cards, I have these coupons, and I have a lot of gifts to buy, so I might as well just go in kind of a thing. I guess it's just like a different Candle Day mindset this year, but that's just how it goes. Either way, this one kind of had some hype similar to the pistachio candle. I felt like these mixed up ones, I did go ahead and sniff them in store. It was like a super casual Candle Day for me too. Like I felt like it was kind of like a chill atmosphere this time around. But I still did have my list and, you know, got what I needed and tried to get out of there quick. But I did go ahead and smell some of these other ones, and I felt like out of all of them, this was the one I kind of was most attracted to. It is the sugared lemonade and blueberry sugar. I really do enjoy both of these candles separately, so I figured, heck, they should be good together, right? And I like it. It is sweet blueberries, fresh lemon juice, and sugar crystals. And I like it. I do wish that the blueberry sugar note was a little bit stronger in this. I feel like the lemonade note definitely kind of takes over. Definitely once you put a flame to this, it could kind of translate differently, could change a little bit. But I just wish there was a little bit more of that sweet blueberry sugar note because I really enjoy the blueberry sugar candle, but that one's all right. Okay, and now moving on to kind of like the classic Christmas time scents. I picked up kind of a good variety, and a lot of these I had with specific people in mind. So let's jump into it. First, we have smoked vanilla whiskey. I love this like very simplistic kind of packaging with like the ornament here. I think it's very classy and pretty, very definitely giftable as well. And this one I like a lot. This one reminds me of their just kind of smoked vanilla scent on its own. I don't get a whole lot of the whiskey. The notes on this are dark oak, bourbon reserve, and smoked vanilla. Honestly, like slightly like a whiskey boozy note. But honestly, this like right when you smell it kind of just reminds me of the smoked vanilla scent, which is a scent that I've had from Bath & Body Works before and I've really enjoyed. So I feel like this one just is like a slight tweak on that. So interested in picking this one up, so I did. This next one here is Land of Snow, and I am obsessed with the gorgeous lid on this one. I think it is so pretty. I love it. This one, Land of Snow, is notes of snowy cypress, iced juniper berries, and frozen oak moss. Definitely I think the packaging is pretty, but sometimes these plastic like wraparound labels make me a little bit nervous because of I've seen them like melt and burn in the past, which isn't great. So I like this one, but this is one I definitely picked up with somebody else in mind. This kind of reminds me slightly of the Ski Lodge scent a little bit because there is like almost like a clean, fresh, slightly soapy, and I don't mean that in a negative way, just like a clean kind of almost soapy, slightly smelling candle. This definitely is something, and I'm sure he's not watching this, but David, my partner's brother, I think he's gonna love this one. So that is Land of Snow. Definitely like a fresh, clean, kind of slightly, I don't know, I don't want to say masculine, but maybe it's the oak moss. You could say there is slight masculine qualities about it, but I really enjoy that one. And I think he'll love that one. I know he will because he loves Ski Lodge, and that one kind of reminds me of Ski Lodge. So Next one up, we have white balsam and vanilla. This packaging is kind of weird, right? I don't know. I'm being like critical of the packaging this year, but I'm a packaging sucker. So anyway, this one here is notes of fresh white pine, chilled forest air, and warm vanilla musk. I think this is one that was on, so at least for my Bath & Body Works, they had a huge shelf of like kind of like the returns, and this was on there. So I feel like this maybe was a return. Either way, this kind of reminds me of vanilla balsam, but I prefer this because this leans a little bit more heavy on the tree notes than it does on the vanilla note. So I prefer this one. It's very, very, very pretty. And there's also something about this balsam scent that has, it almost smells like there's snow on this like balsam. And the vanilla is very light in this and it's not overpowering. So at least on cold, I prefer this one to the vanilla balsam candle. Another balsam candle, can you guys tell I really like balsam? So this one is the classic OG fresh balsam. This is a staple for me. Every holiday season, I have to pick up a fresh balsam candle from Bath & Body Works. I love it. And also, can we talk about this packaging? This is beautiful in my opinion. It's very reminiscent of those candy sticks, those like if you go into like an old-fashioned kind of like craft store, like one of those like mom and pop kind of like stores, things like that. They'll have all those jars of like the different candy sticks. This is kind of like nostalgic for me a little bit in that way. I love it. There was other ones in this collection and I debated picking some of those up, but none of them really drew me in quite like fresh balsam does. So I had to pick this one up. I love it. I love this packaging. It's beautiful. So this one here is woodland balsam, crisp eucalyptus, fir branches, and cedarwood. And I mean, I'm sure probably a majority of you guys have smelled this before, but if you haven't, this is a very, very strong, powerful, punch you in the face. You're putting up the Christmas tree, you're decorating the Christmas tree, you're sitting near the Christmas tree, and you want to bring that authentic outdoors Christmas tree kind of scent indoors. And I have a fake tree, so this is like perfect for that. I love the scent. You can't go wrong. I know a lot of people are like maybe a little sensitive to the scent. This is one that I had burning during a Christmas party at my house a couple, like 3 years back. And I remember a lot of people were like, ooh, that's like almost too strong. So I feel like if you guys are sensitive to this, then the vanilla balsam is a good middle ground, or even this white balsam and vanilla. And especially if you're like me and you like it a little bit more tree and a little less vanilla. And then another option here, because I'm obsessed, is iced winter balsam. So this is yet another winter balsam scent here. And this is notes of frozen eucalyptus, sugared pine, and fresh balsam. This one I really enjoy the packaging on as well. I will say I think I prefer the other fresh balsam packaging better, but this is still very, very cute. I feel like Bath & Body Works did like an okay job this year. I've definitely had other years where I've been like, oh my gosh, everything from this winter season is great. But this year I'm like, it's okay. Definitely these two are like some of the prettiest in my opinion. But this one here is definitely, it kind of reminds me also, and you guys are gonna be like, yo, so I'm obsessed. I'm gonna have to do an updated Bath & Body Works candle collection this year, because I feel like there are so many like comparisons that I could make to different candles and this and that, and if you like that, you like this and you know, things like that. This one kind of reminds me slightly of, there is, I think it's just called Evergreen, right? Or is it called Evergreen? This kind of reminds me of the tree, like the subtle tree notes that you pick up in the winter candle. It's like you take those tree notes and you make it stronger, and you take a little bit of the evergreen candle, I think it's evergreen that I'm thinking of, and you make it stronger. And there's also something, maybe it's the eucalyptus in this, maybe it's the pine. There's also something slightly fresh, and not like minty fresh, but just like kind of makes you just feel like, and I think it's eucalyptus. It just kind of like makes you feel like a breath of fresh air, like crisp air in the wintertime kind of a thing. So this one, although these are both balsam tree scents, this one has a lot more freshness, not sweetness, but like outdoorsy freshness. And this one is definitely more like indoors tree scent to my nose. More like warmth. It's not warm, but like more warmth. And this one is definitely much more like crisp outdoors tree. So that's my thoughts on that. We've got, I'm going to try to stick with all the tree scents kind of together. I have Tree Farm, and this is another kind of take on a balsam kind of outdoors tree candle. And this one is the sweetest out of all of those ones that I talked about. Kind of, I mean, this one is sweet also. This kind of reminds me of like if you mixed balsam with the marshmallow fireside a little bit also, now that I think about it. But not as sweet as the balsam and vanilla candle. That's kind of what this one reminds me of. Now that I smell it, it gives me slight marshmallow fireside vibes mixed with the balsam. And then this one, because I think there's like an apple note in this one is sweet because of like the fruit. So it is crisp pine needle, warm cedar, and spiced apple. And this one is a phenomenal sweet tree scent. If fresh balsam comes across as too astringent, heavy tree for you, and this one is like too outdoorsy and not sweet enough, and this one maybe might be too sweet for you, then I think this one is the way to go. There is like that sweet fruitiness from the apple that really I feel like helps cut the tree. No, but it's delightful, and the packaging also on this I think is very beautiful. It's very classic, can't go wrong, will definitely be reused again. We have Under the Christmas Tree, and this is notes of fir balsam, juniper berries, vanilla eggnog, and sage leaves. Also, once again, this is kind of like similar to that other packaging, that same line I talked about before, which I can't even find now. This is a really, really, really great scent. I love this scent. There's something about this one specifically out of all the tree scents. This one is the most tree plus a cologne kind of scent for me. That's what it smells like. I'm not sure if it's the sage, if it's the juniper berries. I'm not really sure what makes this smell like cologne leaning to me. There is a sweetness, but it almost comes across to my nose as like being like a sweet cologne scent. Maybe it's the vanilla eggnog, but you don't smell this and think vanilla eggnog. You smell this and think tree and like a sweet masculine kind of cologniness, at least for me. Personally, you might totally have a different take on this, and that's cool. But I love this scent. This scent kind of smells like how you would want your home to smell during like a Christmas party with friends, like a cool like get together, something like that. I feel like it's very inviting, comforting. I almost feel like I had to pull this one out because I feel like wine cellar and Under the Christmas Tree would also kind of like work well together for like a Christmas party. Like you put this in one room and like maybe the kitchen, you put this in like the living room next to your tree, and I feel like they kind of have like a cool, like they're dancing kind of a scent. Like this one's a little bit more girly, but still like really cool for a nighttime party. This is cool for like a nighttime party, but kind of like masculine. I don't know, I feel like these kind of vibe together. So if you like this, maybe check out this, or if you like this, maybe if there's still any of these left, check that out. I don't know. But yeah, this one's really great. All right, last tree scent we have here to talk about. This is Vanilla Birch. This is like a really pretty, like almost holographic-y looking wraparound label. I don't know, it's got like a sheen to it with some weird like texture. It's interesting. So Vanilla Birch is white birch, Madagascar vanilla, and warm sandalwood. Yeah, this is such a good scent. This is definitely one I'm keeping for myself. I love this. For me, this is a scent that I really like to have going in my home after the holiday season because I still enjoy burning like outdoorsy kind of fresh tree scented candles, but I kind of want to stray away from the balsam at that point. This is perfect for that. Kind of brings the freshness of the outdoors in. It's a little bit sharp because of the birch, but the sweetness from the vanilla does help cut it. And it's just a great scent. You gotta try it if you haven't. I love this one. Another one from that line, I have Strawberry Snowflakes. This is juicy strawberries, whipped cream, and iced bergamot. That bergamot note totally like threw me for a loop with the scent notes, but it's once again, very cool, pretty packaging. This time it's like more pink than blue, or gray, I guess. Really pretty. And this one I like. This one kind of smells like if you had like a frozen strawberry popsicle, and you like blended it up. Maybe a little bit of sweetness from like a whipped cream or like a Cool Whip kind of a scent. I like it. This is one that I think is definitely a good gift, especially for like some of the girls in my family and friends. So I think that this one will be going to somebody else. But I don't know, maybe the more I smell it, the more I like it. It's a very interesting, like almost cold strawberry scent. So I think the bergamot is what's adding that like freshness, crispness to it, but very interesting. I haven't seen Bath & Body Works do anything quite like this before, so it's cool. It's a very interesting take on a strawberry winter scent, which is not something you see a lot. So bravo, Bath & Body Works, for like one time this year, I'm like, it's kind of different. So that's cool. I found Tipsy Elf, which everybody was wondering if this is butter rum eggnog. I think kind of everyone's come to the conclusion now that it's not, right? I think it's a creamy nutmeg, right? So this is Merry Vanilla, Jolly Nutmeg, a sneaky elf with a heavy splash of rum, which this is the same packaging as that butter rum eggnog. It's got pink wax, very pretty. Definitely does not smell like butter rum eggnog to me. I have that candle still and I could sniff it side by side, but I can tell it's not. It does smell like that nutmeg scent that used to be a Bath & Body Works Candle Day exclusive that they would bring out. I think it was creamy nutmeg, right? So that's kind of what this reminds me of. Not like a favorite, but I was lost in the hype, so I picked it up. So that was it Tipsy Elf. So thrilled to find one of these beauties from this collection. This is the only one that was a part of the collection, and nobody was grabbing it. And I was like, ooh, do I grab two? But no, I kept my cool and I just got one. But this is a scent that I love. This is Fireside. The packaging, the lid, like, come on, it's so beautiful, right? So Fireside is smoked cedar, fresh clove buds, and warm embers. And this is a phenomenal scent. It definitely reminds me of like sitting by a fire. It is definitely embery. It's very smoky, but there is like a sweetness to this candle, and I love it. I know this isn't definitely not a favorite for a lot of people because of the smokiness of it, but it doesn't come across like in vendor wax. I smell a lot of like Fireside scents, and sometimes they can come across, or even like from Scentsy, I'll smell like the Fireside things and kind of almost smell like barbecue grilly. This doesn't do that. There's a perfect amount of sweetness in this with the smokiness to balance it. I love this candle. It's so good. So that is Fireside. All right, this would not be a Lexi candle haul. I did find two underneath the pile of the winter candles. Two candles that are not winter specific, but I'll share them quickly. I picked up Bergamot Waters because this is a favorite scent of mine, and I am out. So Bergamot Waters is sparkling bergamot, pristine blue waters, sugared citrus, and creamy sandalwood. This packaging is this is the prettiest shade of blue. The prettiest shade of blue, in my opinion. I love it. Very classic, beautiful, like label there. Love it. Everything about this is a win. This scent is the best. Like summertime, fresh, clean. House is clean. Everything smells good. There's your hunky man just stepped out of the shower or whatever. He smells fresh and clean. It's just an amazing, aquatic-y, clean scent. I could not love this one more. That is Bergamot Waters. We have Rain-Drenched Leaves, and this one I kind of sniffed side by side. This was on like the return table as well, so I think this one maybe was a return. It does say, it says 2022, right? So not sure, but there was not many of this one left, and I smelled this one next to the other Candle Day launch candle that was like was it rainforest leaves maybe was the other one, or some kind of rain scent. The other one was, it made my stomach turn, almost made me nauseous. I was like, not getting that. But this one I like more. And I think I like this one more because it's not as, I think the other one had almost like a salty note to it. And this one doesn't. This one is much more like green leaf, like a wet green leaf kind of a scent. So this is fresh rainwater, eucalyptus leaves, and a touch of oak moss. And maybe it's the oak moss that's kind of bringing in that green freshness, like the earthy greenness, I guess, not freshness. This one is really, really pretty. Kind of reminds me of like a spa, like a hotel spa kind of a thing. So very, very pretty. And I feel like this is something that I know a lot of people could kind of get behind because it's not like, it's just kind of like a calming, fresh, clean scent. So it's really nice. And then I have 4 from this like kind of like Nutcracker inspired collection. So I picked up a few because there was a lot of like staple scents that I love in this one. So first one I have is flannel here. So flannel is fresh bergamot, heirloom mahogany, and soft musk. This one here is another kind of classic Bath & Body Works staple scent. I feel like this one, 'tis the season, fresh balsam, sweater weather, leaves. I feel like those are like the fall winter staples, autumn, stuff like that. I feel like you kind of almost have to have one of these every season. It's just like a very classic masculine fresh scent. You really can't go wrong. 3 more left, you guys. We have a peppermint sugar cookie. This one here is notes of crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, and soft sugar cookies. I typically am not like a huge peppermint fan, but this year I'm kind of coming around to it. Once again, similar Nutcracker packaging. I love the little Frenchie that they have in the little corner. I think that that is just so cute. Of course, you get that peppermint first sniff, but you can pick up on a sugar cookie note. And the sugar cookie in this candle specifically kind of comes across as like a crunchy, harder kind of sugar cookie. Kind of like almost like if you bit it, it would crunch and crumble. Kind of one of those. Not like dry, but like, you know what I mean? Like the crunchy sugar cookies versus the soft. That's kind of the vibe that I get from this. I'll definitely be very intrigued to see what I think of this one once I burn it. But I've never melted or burned a peppermint sugar cookie candle from Bath & Body Works before, and I feel like this one always had some pretty good reviews. So I figured I would just try it for myself. So I picked one up this year. This one here is Sugar Plum Fairy, and this one looks like they are on a stage with some really beautiful, like purple kind of decorations and candy. It's just really pretty. So this one, I believe, is a new scent to Bath & Body Works this year, as far as I know. This is a note of sweet sugar plum, candied cranberries, and sugared orange. This is definitely one that was not on my list, but I sniffed it in store and I liked it. It's definitely juicy. It is a juicy, almost reminds me of like a Welch's or like a Juicy Juice fruit juice. Kind of a drinkable, fresh, fruity kind of a scent. I don't smell this and think sugar plums right away or plums. It just kind of smells like a general, like almost like an apple juice kind of fruit. Is there apple in this? Cranberries, orange. I guess it kind of smells like a little bit of like a cran orange juice. So that's Sugar Plum Fairy. I think it smells really nice though. So excited to try that. And then finally, we have a classic. This, along with like all those other ones I mentioned before, is kind of like a Bath & Body Works staple wintertime scent for me. This is Marshmallow Fireside. And I gotta be honest with you guys, there were other, I think, packaging choices for this. This was the cutest out of all of these, like kind of this whole line. I think this is the cutest one. It's, of course, it's got a little cat sleeping next to a fireplace with candles. It's got all of the things that I like about life. Candles, fireplaces, cozy things, and cats. If there was a little pug on this, take the Frenchie, make it a pug, and stick it on this candle. It would be all of my favorite things. So I just think it's so cute. And this is like a gray kind of wax. And there's even like sparkles on it. It's just beautiful. I love it. So a Marshmallow Fireside is toasted marshmallow, smoldering wood, fire roasted vanilla, and crystallized amber. And I gotta smell this one next to that white vanilla or white balsam and vanilla candle. So I feel like this one kind of had the Marshmallow Fireside vibe. So let me do a little sniff by sniff comparison. Here we go. Man, these are similar. See, now I'm like, am I smelling the same thing? I gotta be honest with you guys. I mean, I do get a slight hint of like that fresh balsam, like tree note in here. But man, I swear, this has gotta be fresh balsam mixed with Marshmallow Fireside. If somebody else has figured this out and I'm late to the game, I'm sorry. I'm like all of a sudden realizing these are similar, right? That's right. Somebody tell me in the comments if you guys have also figured that out, or if somebody else has cracked the code on that and I'm late to the game. I feel like I must be, because it almost seems obvious, right? So yeah, Marshmallow Fireside, such a beautiful scent. It really is like a toasted, roasted, charred, kind of delicious marshmallow, kind of like almost like something I would want to wear on my body. It's just darn beautiful. I love the scent. I always want one in my collection. Amazingness. So that is it for my ginormous 22 candle Bath and Body Works haul, Candle Day 2022. Oh, I just realized, wait, do I actually have 22? Oh my God, hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I actually have 22 candles on Candle Day 2022. Oh my God, that's funny. I might title it that because that's just too funny. Anyway, I'm losing my mind. It's been a long week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that video. I'm sorry it was a little scattery. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate you all. I hope you're all staying safe out there. Drink lots of water. Take your vitamins. Don't end up like I did. I was on the couch like straight out for like 4 days. It was awful. Take care of your bodies, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good one. Bye, guys.